right. Well, here we are. Let's see how this actually works. Hola. All right. Well, there we are, party people. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. All right. Well, welcome. Live streaming. Who knew? The old man. I thought today that we might some live recording and some live reading, and thought we could warm up with some chapters from the Bible, and then move on to an actual live recording of the Tao Te Ching. Um, the Bible I've already recorded, so I'll just be reading it. I won't actually be recording it while I read it, and I won't be playing you the uh, my previously edited and finished translation and narration of the Bible. It'll be a live reading, so mistakes and all, we'll get through them. And then we will move on to the Tao Te Ching. I thought we'd just warm up with a little bit of the Old Testament first. Um, just waiting on a couple of people so that we can do a mic check, make sure, since it's the first time that I'm hopefully blurry enough to make it so that it's not too uncomfortable to look at, and at the same time, hopefully, it's actually clear with the audio. So let's text them and see if we can get someone online here. What is this? All right. A couple people on there. Wow. All right. Well, let's get to it. Let's not waste time in the dead air and kill it. Um, no, I'm not doing that one. Let's see. Well, here it is. All right. Start with the Old Testament here. Hold on. It's asking for a link. Michael Ojee-Jones is the link. All right, let's start with chapter 11 of Genesis. Read a couple of chapters from the Bible, and then we'll on to the live recording of the Tao Te Ching. All right, this is Genesis chapter 11. And the whole earth was of one language and one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said to another, "Come, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly." And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. They said, "Come, let us build us a city and a tower, with its top in heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth." And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, "Behold, they are one people, and they have all one language, and this is what they begin to do. And now nothing will be withholden from them, which they purpose to do. Come, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech." So the Lord scattered them abroad from them on the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old, and begot Arpachshad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begot Arpachshad 500 years, and begot sons and daughters. And Arpachshad lived 35 years, and begot Shelah. And Arpachshad lived after he begot Shelah 403 years, and begot sons and daughters. And Shelah lived 30 years, and begot Eber. And Shelah lived after he begot Eber 403 years, and begot sons and daughters. And Eber lived 34 years, and begot Peleg. And Eber lived after he begot Peleg 430 years, and begot sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years, and begot Reu. And Peleg lived after he begot Reu 209 years, and begot sons and daughters. And Reu lived 32 years, and begot Serug. And Reu lived after he begot Serug 207 years, and begot sons and daughters. And Serug lived 30 years, and begot Nahor. And Serug lived after he begot Nahor 200 years, and begot sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 29 years, and begot Terah. And Nahor lived after he begot Terah 119 years, and begot sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years, and begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran begot Lot. And Haran died in the presence of his father Terah, in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The names of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. And Sarai was barren, she had no child. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelt there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. All right, well, let me check, make sure everybody can hear what's going on. Um, Hopefully everybody's able to hear what's going on. Um, let's move on to chapter 12 here. Um, let's see. Yeah, well, there's a problem. Let's see. That's how I send a link. All right. Let's move to chapter 12. Genesis chapter 12. Lech Lecha. Now the Lord said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto the land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and be thy blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and him that curseth thee will I curse, and in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. So Abram went, as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran. And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan. And into the land of Canaan they came. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem, unto the terebinth of Moreh. And the Canaanite was then in the land. And the Lord appeared unto Abram, and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And he built there an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him. And he removed from thence unto the mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west, and Ai on the east. And he builded there an altar unto the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was sore in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai his wife, Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon, and it will come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they will say, This is his wife, and they will kill me. But thee they will keep alive. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and that my soul may live because of thee. And it came to pass that when Abram was come into Egypt, the Egyptians beheld a woman that she was very fair. And the princes of Pharaoh saw her, and praised her to Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And he dealt with Abram for her sake. And he had sheep, and oxen, and he asses, and men servants, and maidservants, and she asses, and camels. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abraham's wife, Abram's wife. And Pharaoh called Abram, and said, What is this that thou hast done unto me? Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife? Why saidst thou, She is my sister, so that I took her to be my wife? Now therefore, behold thy wife, take her, and go thy way. And Pharaoh gave men charge concerning him, and they brought him on the way, and his wife, and all that he had. All right, chapter 12 of the books. Oh, let's see. What's going on, chat? I don't think there's nothing going on with chat. Well, we'll keep it open anyway, just in case. And let's move on to chapter 13. Genesis chapter 13. And Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. And he went on his journeys from the south even to Bethel, the place where his tent at beginning, between Bethel and Ai, to the place of the altar, which he had made there at the first. And Abram called there on the name of the Lord. And Lot also, who went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents, and the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelt then in the land. And Abram said unto Lot, Let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we are brethren. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right, or if thou take the right hand, then I will go to the left. And Lot lifted up his eyes, and beheld all the plain of the Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou goest unto Zoar. So Lot chose him all the plains of the Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves, the one from the other. Abram dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelt in the cities of the plain, and moved his tent as far as Sodom. Now the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners against the Lord exceedingly. And the Lord said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, Lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art, northward, and southward, and eastward, and westward. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it, and in the breadth of it, for unto thee will I give it. And Abram moved his tent, and came and dwelt by the terebinths of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and built there an altar unto the Lord. Genesis chapter 14. And it came to pass in the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elasar, Chedoro. Oh man, what am I doing here? Let me see. What did we say we were doing today? All right, let's move because I think Jordan is finally here. On to what we are going to do today, which is the Tao Te Ching. So let's stop sharing that window and pull this up and go to all right. The Tao Te Ching. You with me, Jordan? Let me send you a text here. See if I'm hoping you guys can hear what's going on. All right. As soon as I get a little confirmation, we can. Alright. Alright. Let's have a little sip of tea. Alright. So we're gonna actually do a live recording of the Tao Te Ching. I do not pre-read anything. I mean, I've read the Tao Te Ching before, many years ago. Um, I just hit it and get through it, and that's how we're gonna do it today. So let me set this up so it's ready to record in the background, and let me set up the where's my here it is. Get it where I need it. Okay. Alright. Let me press record and we'll get to it. Lovely day here in the Pacific Northwest. Might as well get some recording of the Tao in. Alright, let me hit record and see if we can stream and record at the same time. Walk and chew gum. Let's see. The Tao Te Ching. 1. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The nameless is the beginning and earth. The named is the mother of 10,000 things. Ever desireless, one can see the mystery. Ever desiring, one can see the manifestations. These two spring from the same source, but differ in name. This appears as darkness, darkness within darkness, the gate to all mystery. 2. Under heaven, all can see beauty as beauty, only because there is ugliness. All can know good as good, only because there is evil. Therefore, having and not having arise together. Difficult and easy complement each other. Long and short contrast each other. High and low rest upon each other. Voice and sound harmonize each other. Front and back follow one another. Therefore, the sage goes about doing nothing, teaching no talking. The 10,000 things rise and fall without cease, creating, yet not possessing, working, yet not taking credit. Work is done, then forgotten. Therefore, it lasts forever. 3. Not exalting the gifted prevents quarreling. Not collecting treasures prevents stealing. Not seeing desirable things prevents confusion of the heart. The wise therefore rule by emptying hearts and stuffing bellies, by weakening ambitions and strengthening bones. If people lack knowledge and desire, then intellectuals will not try to interfere. If nothing is done, then all will be well. 4. The Tao is an empty vessel. It is used, but never filled. Oh, unfathomable source of 10,000 things. Blunt the sharpness, untangle the knot, soften the glare, purge with dust. Oh, hidden deep, but ever present. I do not know from whence it comes. It is the forefather of the emperors. 5. Heaven and earth are ruthless. They see the 10,000 things as dummies. The wise are ruthless. They see the people as dummies. The space between heaven and earth is like a bellows. The shape changes, but not the form. The more it moves, the more it yields. More words count less. Hold fast to the center. 6. The valley's spirit never dies. It is the woman, primal mother. Her gateway is the root of heaven and earth. It is like a veil barely seen. Use it. It will never fail. 7. Heaven and earth last forever. Why do heaven and earth last forever? They are unborn, so ever living. The sage stays behind. Thus he is ahead. He is detached, thus at one with all. Through selfless action, he attains fulfillment. 8. The highest good is like water. Water gives life to the 10,000 things and does not strive. It flows in places men reject and is so like the Tao. In dwelling, be close to the land. In meditation, go deep in the heart. In dealing with others, be gentle and kind. In speech, be true. In ruling, be just. In business, be competent. In action, watch the timing. No fight, no blame. 9. Better stop short than fill to the brim. Over-sharpen the blade, and the edge will soon blunt. Amass a store of gold and jade, and no one can protect it. Claim wealth and titles, and disaster will follow. Retire when the work is done. This is the way of heaven. 10. Caring body and soul and embracing the one. Can you avoid separation? Attending fully and becoming supple. Can you be as a newborn babe? Washing and cleansing the primal vision. Can you be without stain? Loving all men and ruling the country. Can you be without cleverness? Opening and closing the gates of heaven. Can you play the role of understanding and being open to all things? Are you able to do nothing? Giving birth and nourishing, caring yet not possessing, working yet not taking credit, leading yet not dominating. This is the primal virtue. 11. 30 spokes share the wheel's hub. It is the center hole that makes it useful. Shape clay into a vessel. It is the space within that makes it useful. Cut doors and windows for a room. It is the holes which make it useful. Therefore, profit comes from where it is there, usefulness from what is not there. 12. The 5 colors blind the eye. The 5 tones deafen the 5 tones deafen the ear. The 5 flavors dull the taste. Racing and hunting madden the mind. Precious thing, precious things lead one astray. Therefore, the sage is guided by what he feels, not by what he sees. He lets go of that and chooses this. 13. Accept disgrace willingly. Accept, accept misfortune as the human condition. What do you mean by accept disgrace willingly? Accept being unimportant. Do not be concerned with loss or gain. This is called accepting disgrace willingly. What do you mean by accept misfortune as the human condition? Misfortune comes from having a body. Without a body, how could there be misfortune? Surrender yourself humbly. Then you can be trusted to care for all things. Love the world as your own self. Then you can truly care for all things. 14. Look, it cannot be seen. It is beyond form. Listen, it cannot be heard. It is beyond sound. Grasp, It cannot be held. It is intangible. These three are indefinable. Therefore, they are joined in one. From above, it is not bright. From below, it is not dark. An unbroken thread beyond description. It returns to nothingness. The form of the formless. The image of the imageless. It is called indefinable and beyond imagination. Stand before it, and there is no beginning. Follow it, and there is no end. Stay with the ancient Tao. Move with the present. Knowing the ancient beginning is the essence of Tao. 15. The ancient masters were subtle, mysterious, profound, responsive. The depth of their knowledge is unfathomable. Because it is unfathomable, all we can do is describe their appearance. Watchful, like men crossing a winter stream. Alert, like men aware of danger. Courteous, like visiting guests. Yielding, like ice about to melt. Simple, like blocks of wood. Hollow, like caves. Opaque, like muddy pools. Who can wait quietly while the mud settles? Who can remain still until the moment of action? Observers of the Tao do not seek fulfillment. Not seeking fulfillment, they are not swayed by desire for change. 16. Empty yourself of everything. Let the mind rest at peace. The 10,000 things rise and fall while the self watches their return. They grow and flourish and then return to the source. Returning to the source is stillness, which is the way of nature. The way of nature is unchanging. Knowing constancy is insight. Not knowing constancy leads to disaster. Knowing constancy, the mind is open. With an open mind, you will be open hearted. Being open hearted, you will act royally. Being royal, you will attain the divine. Being divine, you will be at one with the Tao. Being at one with the Tao is eternal. And though the body dies, the Tao will never pass away. 17. The very highest is barely known by men. Then comes that which they know and love. Then that which is feared. Then that which is despised. He who does not trust enough will not be trusted. When actions are performed without unnecessary speech, people say, "We did it." 18. When the great Tao is forgotten, kindness and morality arise. When wisdom and intelligence are born, the great pretense begins. When there is no peace within the family, filial piety and devotion arise. When the country is confused and in chaos, loyal ministers appear. 19. Give up sainthood, renounce wisdom, and it will be 100 times better for everyone. Give up kindness, renounce morality, and men will rediscover filial piety and love. Give up ingenuity, renounce profit, and bandits and thieves will disappear. These three are outward forms alone. They are not sufficient in themselves. It is more important to see the simplicity, to realize one's true nature, to cast off selfishness and temper desire. 20. Give up learning and put an end to your troubles. Is there a difference between yes and no? Is there a difference between good and evil? Must I fear what others fear? What nonsense! Other people are contented, enjoying the sacrificial feast of the ox. In spring, some go to the park and climb the terrace, but I alone am drifting, not knowing where I am, like a newborn babe before it learns to smile. I am alone. without a place to go. Others have more than they need, but I alone have nothing. I am a fool. Oh, yes, I am confused. Other men are clear and bright, but I alone am dim and weak. Other men are sharp and clever, but I alone am dull and stupid. Oh, I drift like the waves of the sea, without direction, like the restless wind. Everyone else is busy, but I alone am aimless and depressed. I am different. I am nourished by the Great Mother. All right. Stop recording right there because it's getting loud in here outside my recording room, and I don't want to have to re-record everything because action and life are happening outside of the room. So we got through the first 20 of the Tao Te Ching. I will come back later, do another live stream, and continue from where we left off on number 21 and get us all the way through the end. It shouldn't take us long, and it should be enjoyable. So thank you for being on the live stream and checking it out, and I will be back soon to do some more live streaming and some more live narration and live readings, hopefully later today.